I am joined by Brandon McConnell, President, IDM Hospitality Management, coming to us from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Not too bad. We just welcomed our second child last week, so a little sleep deprived here, a little more bags under the eyes, but life is good. Pleasure
Number
to
two.
talk with you.
Yeah, number two, right?
Number two, second. I'm tapping out, my friend. We got two boys.
Oh, I did.
So we're good.
Two boys, me too. Two boys, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm out.
See, I like where your head's at.
But I want a girl. No, you don't.
My wife's the same way. I told her we can get a dog. We can get a female dog. All I can.
We did that, exactly.
See? It's almost like we planned this. We didn't, but it's funny.
Yeah. Well, how have you been, aside from having babies?
Yeah, to say the last year has been crazy is probably the ultimate understatement, right, for all of us. Personally, it's, like I said, new baby, just welcomed last week. I transitioned to be the president of IDM Hospitality over the last year. So we've had some real personal highs, but I'll be honest with you, Jason, there's been some real tragic lows. We have, just like everybody, been affected by the pandemic almost in its worst case scenario. We lost members of the IDM family over the last 12 months. And I can't even begin to explain what that feels like to get that notification, sitting at my desk and receiving that phone call. And it's really tough. From our property standpoint, it's really, and I've heard a couple of people here on the podcast talk about the geographic differences, and that's no different for us. We've had places that are great staycation locations that locals will flock to. And this past summer, we had two of our properties experience the highest gross revenue months of all time, while at the same time we had other hotels closed for 6 to 8 to 12 weeks. And it's been a roller coaster for sure. But it's we're getting through it, and I'm happy to see, for all of our sakes, the light at the end of the tunnel is quickly approaching.
Well, tell us a little bit about IDM. What's that look like?
Yeah, for sure. So IDM is an award-winning full-service hospitality company. So our focus is really on independent boutiques and a little bit of soft brand as well. And we're focused both on lodging and very creative and unique food and beverage destinations as well. We've been in business for over 2 decades at this point, and have done well over 100 projects, from city center revitalizations, obviously ownership, management of hotels, development, feasibility studies, all of those fun things. But we're doing well. We're growing, and it's a good time for us.
So how has the pandemic changed IDM as an organization?
I have this quote. It's not here in my home office, but it is at the corporate office. And I've seen it attributed probably to 5 different people on the internet. So I can't really tell you whose quote it is, but it says, talent defines your floor, but character defines your ceiling. And the character of the men and women of the IDM family that has been shown during this pandemic is probably the most amazing thing I've ever felt in my career. And it has brought us together in a way of collaboration. Now, listen, I'm sure everybody, just like me, goes to bed at night and hears the ding of Zoom and Microsoft Teams sounds, and we're ready to be away from this platform for a while. But I think if we step back and look at it, we can't deny the benefits that have allowed us to come together more freely with a click of a button. So for us, it's changed us. I'll say it's changed us for the better, but I'm not sure it changed us. I think it defined and really shown the character of all of us at a much higher level than we have seen in the past.
I got to tell you, and I have worked with people from Wisconsin and the Midwest in the past, in past lives, and you guys are some of the nicest, hardworking people I have ever met.
It's something special here. When people talk about Midwest hospitality, the closest thing I can try to find any correlation to is is that deep Southern hospitality, right? The Charlestons, the Savannahs, there's just something different in the air. And we're really lucky here in the Midwest. There's just genuine, and I've worked at Disney, I've been in Florida, I've been on the East Coast, I've been on the West Coast, but man, there's something special about the Midwest.
Yeah. So, bringing back employees, opening up properties, what's on the horizon?
All of the above, to be honest. Pre-pandemic, we had a number of properties in the pipeline. Knock on wood, thankfully, only one of them became severely delayed because of the pandemic. Now, the rest of them are full speed ahead and actually have continued to slowly move along during the pandemic. So we didn't lose too much ground. Our next property opening that will be in just a number of months. Beautiful, beautiful property in Hastings, Minnesota, just outside of the Twin Cities, literally right on the Mississippi River. You walk to this expansive space right outside the back door, and you are on the water. It's pretty amazing. So we have that project coming up, a number of projects in the pipeline as well. Strategic growth goals, of course, looking in the Rockies and Mid-Atlantic, Southwest areas. And, I really want to get our numbers back to pre-pandemic levels plus when it comes to headcount. So we'll be well over 1,000 associates again, hopefully, knock on wood, by the end of this year. And it'll be great to welcome these guys back with open arms. That's
fantastic. Has the pandemic caused any organizational changes? I know Becky Rogers, for example, has. Yeah. We love Becky here.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah. I know she had a job change. I don't know if it was related to the pandemic, but did you have org changes because of the pandemic?
Yeah, I think the pandemic provided an opportunity for organizational changes that were coming anyway. You bring up Becky, and Becky's as IDM as it comes. She has, in her previous role, she was vice president of operations. And every single property that we are currently have in our portfolio, Becky Rogers opened. And you want to talk about institutional knowledge and what comes with that. Yeah. That's pretty cool. And as the president of the company, that's somebody I can look to and say, what do you think? And there are some times that her thoughts and feelings will trump mine because I trust in that insight, right?
You have a little bracelet that says, what would Becky do?
What would Becky do? Don't give her this idea because she's going to see this and I'm going to come back to the office and I'm going to have that bracelet.
You're welcome, Becky.
Yeah, you're right. But, we did some changes. We're big on subject matter experts at IDM. That's the process moving forward. That's the focus. So it's not so much having 3, 4, 5 regionals out in the field. It's what's your corporate director of food and beverage, your corporate director of sales and marketing, corporate director of rooms, and build those support teams underneath that. So it really is a big approach. Our hotels don't have just that one person. Hey, this is your one person you have to call. Everybody in the corporate office is at their fingertips for support. So it's a little bit of a change from maybe a normal, right? I'm going to be that guy, air quotes, normal management company structure, but it works for us, and it's worked for us for a long time, and we're just refining that now. Becky's in a new role of vice president of new business and development. So as I'm talking about our portfolio growth and that strategic series of steps that we're taking as a company, Ms. Rogers is right there helping us all along the way.
Well, I want to thank you for joining me, Brandon. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity. I love the podcast, like I said, and I wish you well.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.